King Charles's top 5 most impressive military skills. 1. Charles started out as a pilot. Prince Charles began military training at 22. In 1971, he spent 4 months in the RAF. He trained as a pilot at RAF Cranwell. First, he flew a Chipmunk training plane. It had a special parrot beacon on top. This signaled that Charles was on board. After passing his test and getting his wings, he advanced. Charles flew the Bassett CC-1 for 90 more hours. On July 29th, he made his first parachute jump. His instructor recalled,
"He was an easy student to teach."
One time, the instructor told Charles to relax. In response, the prince burst into song. 2. Charles moved on to a career with the Royal Navy. After RAF training, Charles took a 6-week naval course at BRNC Dartmouth. He served in the Navy for several years. He spent a year on the HMS Norfolk missile destroyer. Next, he was a sub-lieutenant on the HMS Minerva for a year. After that, he served on HMS Jupiter. Others were impressed by Charles at sea. One officer said,
"He was without doubt the best ship handler by far."
Another called him a model of leadership. But apparently, Charles got very seasick. After surface duty, he went back to flying. He became a helicopter pilot at RNAS Yeovilton. Then he joined the 845 Squadron on HMS Hermes. In 1976, he commanded a coastal minesweeper, HMS Bronington. 3. Charles became a commando. In 1974, Charles trained with the Royal Marines. He took the 13-week Alarms Commando course at CDCRM Limestone. It covered amphibious assault, cliff assault, and helicopter maneuvers. Recruits need a 4-week prep course first, just to survive it. Mentally and physically, it's hardcore. At the end is the infamous test week. Charles crushed it and graduated. He earned the right to wear the Green Beret and Commando Dagger badge. 4. Charles went from commando to parachutist. After commando training, Charles was Colonel-in-Chief of the Parachute Regiment. But he hadn't done enough para-training yet. He felt he couldn't face his soldiers without it.
"I should lead from the front,"
he later said. So he took Parachute Course 841A at RAF Bryce Norden. 5. Charles has several medals. Charles has been promoted to Admiral, General, and Air Chief Marshal. He has medals for service time, rank, and foreign honors. As king, he's the head of the British Armed Forces. Yet Charles has never seen combat. The royal family didn't want anything to happen to the future king, so combat was off limits to Charles. Other spare royals have done active duty. Andrew is Charles's younger brother. He served in the Royal Navy and received pilot training. He flew a Sea King helicopter during the Falklands War. Prince Harry is William's spare. He did 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan. His first tour lasted from 2007 to 2008. In 2012, Harry underwent training as an Apache pilot. He returned to Afghanistan as a helicopter co-pilot and gunner. After his deployment, he founded the Invictus Games. It's a competition for servicemen wounded in action.